the House of Commons for Prime Minister's questions, and then after that I expect to go to the Palace and offer my resignation, so we'll have a new Prime Minister in that building behind me by Wednesday evening. Thank you very much.
This is a sad day, Prime Minister.
Right.
I will shortly leave the job that it has been the honour of my life to hold. The second female Prime Minister, but certainly not the last. I do so with no ill will, but with enormous and enduring gratitude to have had the opportunity to serve the country I love.
Well,
Being Prime Minister is an education in itself. I've travelled to every part of the United Kingdom, and in addition to the beauty of our natural world, I found so many people possessed of such boundless British originality and so willing to tackle old problems in new ways that I know that even if things can sometimes seem dark now, our future together is golden. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
I recognise, though, given the situation, I cannot deliver the mandate on which I was elected by the Conservative Party. I have therefore spoken to His Majesty the King to notify him that I am resigning as leader of the Conservative Party. This morning I met the chairman of the 1922 committee, Sir Graham Brady. We've agreed that there will be a leadership election to be completed within the next week. This will ensure that we remain on a path to deliver our fiscal plans and maintain our country's economic stability and national security. I will remain as Prime Minister until a successor has been chosen. Thank you.
Earlier today, I spoke with His Majesty the King to request the dissolution of Parliament. The King has granted this request, and we will have a general election on the 4th of July.
Well, we've seen some moments in front of that lectern at number 10 Downing Street, but I think today's was absolutely took the biscuit, with Rishi Sunak stood there delivering a speech reminding everyone of how fabulous he thinks he is taking us through COVID and the furlough, not mentioning Brexit once, but of course going on about the Ukraine war. And then Steve Bray starting to play Things Can Only Get Better, drowning him out, and the heavens opening and drowning him. I think this has to go down as one of the most bizarre resignation speeches, and goodness, we've had a number, from Cameron to Theresa May to Boris Johnson and Liz Truss. But I think Sunak epitomises the end of the 14 years of Conservative rule that we have endured, and I think there's a great relief all round because the country is ready for an election and ready for change. Anyway, just in case you missed it, it's an interesting clip from Beth Rigby explaining why we've ended up in this position today on a Wednesday of a bizarre reason to go to the polls today. I thought Rishi Sunak should have called an election last year after the coronation, and I'm pretty sure they would have done an awful lot better at that point. But he's clearly clung on, thinking that he was more interested in his legacy, I guess. Anyway, it's here. We're in an election period. 6 weeks of fun. 4th of July, Independence Day. Free, hopefully, of the Conservatives, and free, hopefully, of the chaos at last.
I think that a lot of confident votes of confidence letters have been going in, that there hasn't been a single flight yet to Rwanda. This is a former minister saying to me, I said, do you think that they're calling it because he was worried about a confidence vote? This person saying yes. None of this seems as though he's in control. Suspect letters peaked, hence the chaotic nature of today, doing this on a wet Wednesday afternoon. That's just one thought from a couple of sources have put that to me. So
like Beth was saying, it is slightly. We've got the weather, we've got the music. You can probably hear it. There is an awful lot of music that is being projected. Always a risk in Downing Street, of course. But launching your election campaign to the sound of "Things Can Only Get Better," one Lib Dem source, cracking the joke that it should be "Things could only get wetter." I mean, it's not the greatest optics.